Hi, here I am, live. Haha. Okay, so really funny story. I tried to go on live on my computer again, and I thought I figured it out, but apparently I didn't. And so this is why I'm back on my phone, which is really funny because technology is not my thing. Um, so anyway, I just wanted to say that I think it's really funny. Hi, 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 hi. I don't know who's there yet. Let me see if my computer can refresh so I can see. It's Tao. Hi, Tao. I love you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so today is day three. Day three of how to use mandalas to connect with your higher self. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was reading Tao's message. Ah, yep. Okay. So anyway, number three, right? So I talked about how to use pre-printed mandalas and to connect with your higher self. I talked about colors, and today I'm going to talk about how to actually create them, like draw them. And there are two ways of doing it. Well, actually, there's many ways of doing this, but I'm going to tell you about two of them. So number one is you can actually draw it, and to draw it, um, you would need like a compass or a protractor and a ruler and like all of those materials to create those beautiful, perfect lines that fit everywhere. And you would like draw a circle either by tracing something circular or by using a compass to do that or a protractor. And then you would need a ruler and you need to like measure so that you can be exactly in the center vertically and horizontally and diagonally both ways. And I've already lost you, right? Yeah, so that's super hard to do. Super hard to do. And if you're not into arts or geometry, which I love geometry, so for me this is kind of easy. But even for me, this is easy to do like the lines exactly um, on the right spot so that they are like measured correctly. That is even hard for me, right? It takes time and it's hard, and you don't want to be doing this if you're trying to connect with your higher self. You don't want to be using your brain to like think, how many degrees is this, and did I make this correctly, and is this straight enough? You don't want to be thinking those things, right? So this is why the pre-printed mandalas are the ones that you want to use if you want to use like the sacred geometry stuff, right? Because that's already made. Or you can use the computer if you're really good with graphics and stuff like that to make these to make those type of lines, right? But like to do them like with pen and pencil. Hi, Lisa. So glad that you can join us. Um, so if you're going to use it with like pen and pencil and stuff and start drawing, that's hard, okay? And like I know, like I've been teaching art for like 15 years, and I know especially as the kids get older, you start showing them how to measure, use a ruler, and do that type of stuff, and it's like, no, that's not going to work. You lose them halfway through it. They think it's too hard. You're gonna think it's too hard. I think it's too hard, right? So that's not the way to do it, guys. That's not how you connect with your higher self. So remember how I talked to you about putting music, right? And then just letting the flow go by and when you're coloring and using the pre-printed ones. So this is almost the same thing. So I'm going to give you a little trick on how to do it. So you do want to have the center of your paper or canvas or whatever you're using so that it's kind of like centralized, and you can have a square piece of paper to do it because it just looks better since it's round. If you don't have that, if you have a rectangular thing, that's still fine because you can have your circular mandala and then you have a little bit of space on both sides. But you do want to find out where the center is, and the way you do that is you basically just make two diagonal lines from corner to corner diagonally, and then you don't even have to do the whole line. Just like make a little line in the center so that you know where the center is, and that's where you start, right? So this is how you start. You figure out your center, and then you just put your music on, and then you put your pencil down and or your brush, and you start doing it. And this is what we're going to do in our class, right? The class that I'm teaching in about 2 weeks, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. It's going to be out of this world, really. I'll tell you a little bit more. But anyway, you start with one shape, and I think shapes is easier to for the center to begin with. So like let's say you do a heart, right? So you draw your little heart, ting, 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 right? Like it's like a little M and a V. And then you take that paper and you flip it upside down, right? And then on the other side, like right opposite to it, you draw the same shape. So same heart, same size, same position, it's just upside down, right? Okay, so now you have like two hearts upside down, like, the points to each other. Then you take it and you flip it to the side. Hi, Tiffany. Nice to see you here. So you flip it the other way, and now you have the two empty spaces, and then you repeat it. So, um, when I work on mandalas, I do not work on an easel and I do not work on the wall, which I tend to work a lot on a wall, like a big wall like this. I just put nails on it, I put a big canvas. Um, I do cover that first because I am painting. But anyway, I do not do that because to create a mandala like this, I turn it. I am constantly turning that mandala, that canvas around so that I can create the same shape in the same position in the same exact way. Because I mean, think about this. If you draw a heart, right? And then you want to draw that same heart upside down, then you're already changing, right? You're changing how they're doing. And then let's say you want to do this sideways, then you're going to be kind of lopsided. So this is why the mandala paper or canvas, you're actually turning it to do it. All right, so you start with that and you just think about that, right? Think about four hearts, in like this cross way. You already have that center of a beautiful mandala, which is that has that radial symmetry thing going on, right? Which means it's symmetric on all four sides, all around, right? So from there, you just continue going the other way. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Alicia. I mean, Tia Ali. That's my aunt, by the way. You guys who don't know, that's my aunt in Chile. Okay, so so then from there, you just add something else, right? So you have it on four sides. Now you go to the next thing. What's the next thing? Whatever comes to your brain, right? It could be another shape, it could be a line, it could be a form, anything it is, but simple, right? So you add that and then you repeat it on all four sides. And how do you repeat it on all four sides? By actually turning and spinning that canvas, and you just do it 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times the same exact way. Hi, Elise! Yay! So nice to see you. Okay, so this is how you basically start working on it. You start adding one little thing at a time. And this is so true for everything that you're doing, right? So when you are working on anything in your life that is new for you, you do one little thing at a time, right? You don't jump from like you don't design the whole entire side of a mandala and then try to replicate all of those shapes and things on the other four sides. I mean, the other three sides, right? You just do one thing, flip, repeat, flip, repeat, flip, repeat, right? And then that is going to connect you, you start connecting you to your higher self. And the more you start doing this, and especially if you have your music on and you're just letting go and just doing whatever comes to your brain, the more that this is going to just come and flow easily for you, right? And sometimes you're not going to like it, or you're going to think it's not good, and it's okay because you can always go back and add things and change things on it, right? But just let it go. Just let the flow take you to the next shape, to the next form as you're flipping that canvas around each time that you're creating a new line or form or shape. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's my tip 3 for how to create your own mandalas. And now I want to talk about my mandala art class, which is in 2 weeks. And so I have it for 2 Saturdays, right? The 13th and the 20th. And if you sign up for the 13th, you can come to the 20th for free. So you can come and be in that class twice for the same price, which is great because when I paint my mandalas, I'm never finished in an hour and a half. Okay. And, we might go a little bit longer. I put it for an hour and a half because that's like the meat of it. But we can go a little bit longer, and I'm fine with that. Just letting you know. And I just know that people are very busy, so I don't want to make it too long. But if you do the first one, you can come to the other one for free as well. Okay, so that you can be in that environment and you can continue working on that same mandala. So when I make the mandalas, I usually take about 4 to 6 hours, right? Because I go back and I add more and I add more to them. And this is what makes them so rich. But you keep creating on it, right? You keep adding to it, and so it's completely done. So it's like the art teacher in me, right? Like, well, what else can you put on that, right? And it's not thinking, it's just what else are you receiving from source? Okay, so my entire class was basically downloaded. Okay, I did not think about this like, oh, I'm going to do a mandala painting class because I'm an art teacher and that's what I do. It just kind of came to me, right? Like, this is what you should do. And it also came to me that when I should do it. Um, so it's coming up really soon, right? In 2 weeks, it's going to be the first one. It's going to be at 2 o'clock. And after that, it's going to be the next one the next week. But then after I got this, right? So the first thing was I had to do a mandala painting so that people can connect with their higher selves. Number two, I got that I had to record a meditation that was going to allow people to really get into the zen of it and like really like allow themselves to flow. And number three, this I just received 2 days ago, which is I'm super excited, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about, is that each of the mandalas that you create, it's going to be an actual portal for you to directly reach and connect with source each time you even glance at it. So I cannot make this stuff up, okay? This really like came through and I was like so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is big, right? So as you are creating your own mandala um, with me in this class, connecting to your higher self, that mandala is going to be creating a portal for you to connect to with your higher self, with source, with divine light, with God, with whatever it is that you believe in. Because they're all the same thing. It's going to connect you with that. So it's going to be just like so amazing, right? Yes, Elise. Like I'm like I was like in awe. I was like thinking, oh my gosh, like I couldn't even have thought about that, right? Like I'm just following what I'm being told to do. This is what I'm being told to do, and then little things, or not little things, like each thing is being revealed to me as I get closer to it. So I'm really excited because I'm recording the meditation today, or at least that's in my things to do. Um, and I'm just like really like excited to see where that takes me. So the class is going to be amazing, and there's a link on I think on this, and I also yesterday what I did is I put it on the files on my group so that if you forget it, so you don't have to look for it, you just go to files and then just click on the one that says mandala, and it has the information there because you need to get your materials first, right? So it's in 2 weeks, and I put like 3 links of suggested things that you can get. It's like a bundle of an art bundle from Amazon, and it has like acrylic paint, which is what I use. I love acrylic paints because they dry shiny, right? It's almost like waterproof, so it's really nice, and the colors are vibrant. And it has canvases and it has brushes. So if you have nothing, getting a little bundle like this is like really nice and really cost effective. They're like $35 or around there, up and down, whatever you want. They all have all of the bundles that I saw had rectangular canvases, which is fine. But if you want to have, like, I'm going to use a square one. If you want to get your own things separately, then I also wrote on there like what you need if you want to buy materials separately. So, but like if you don't want to be like looking around for stuff, like the bundles are like really, really good and really cost effective, and you'll have more, right? You will also receive a recording of the meditation, which is what I've been told that you guys need, so that afterwards you can continue working on this on your own while listening to the music that will help you connect with your higher self. So yeah, I am just so excited about this. I just almost like can't believe it because like my whole um, teaching for all of these years and teaching art obviously and my art and all of this work that I have been doing is like all coming together, and I couldn't have thought about this when I was like thinking like how am I going to use my gifts. I couldn't have thought this up. It just came to me, and this is part of listening to my intuition and just going with it, right? So connecting with your higher self while you're painting your mandala is going to allow you to have that connection and to just kind of like just get there visually really really quickly, because visual art is like that, right? It's like you get all of that information at once. You don't have to hear all of these thousands of words that I'm saying right now. You just get everything right away. Okay, and I feel myself like babbling right now, like I'm saying too many words. It's funny. I was talking with Andrea yesterday about this, about how um I usually tell all of the information that I need to in like very short sentences of very few words. And I just feel like that's it, that's done. And now I feel like I'm repeating myself. So I'm going to stop. Anyway, I hope you guys can join me. I'm very, very, very excited about it. And I love you all. And I will see you soon. Bye bye. Bye.